Christmas needs him patrolling center field, not taking a shower when the Royals come up in the bottom of the 11th inning. This is Ian Kinsler's second at-bat. Kinsler batted for Aviles in the top of the 9th and popped out to second base. Escobar. Long throw in time. 2 scoreless innings for Peter Moylan. To the bottom of the 11th, Eibner, Cuthbert, and Dyson. Extra Innings is presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. Andrew Romine will take over in center field after Cameron Maben was ejected, arguing with home plate umpire Gabe Morales after a strikeout in the top half of the inning. And hard-throwing Bruce Rondon takes over on the mound. Those are his career numbers. Rondon was just called up to the Tigers. And a few years ago, as a rookie, the Tigers considered using him as their closer.
Well, you know that average against 260 you can get in fastballs right over the middle of the plate. Mid to upper 90s. Slider go with it.
Fred Eibner drove in the Royals' run with a ground out in the 5th inning, scoring Morales from 3rd. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Two sliders in a row. Eibner's thinking fastball coming. Oh, stay with the slider. Well executed.
Well, if you missed out on tickets to Diamond of Dreams this year, you can still be a part of it by bidding on the event's exclusive auction items at diamond16.gesture.com. Proceeds benefit the charitable arm of the Royals Charities. Found back by Chester Cuthbert. So to see the items up for auction or to bid, again, it's diamond16.gesture.com. fastball at 99.
Ooh, man, that had some late life to it too. If I could hopped up.
You can see why the Tigers thought about making him a closer in 2013, even though he had no major league experience. Line caught by Kinsler.
Kinsler's an outstanding baseball player. Defensively, he's as good as they get. Fundamentally sound, he's got excellent range, keeps himself in tremendous shape. He's a veteran slugger at the plate as well. Well-rounded. You know, the kid Rondon, he has closer stuff, but not the experience.
And he's got to build up or rebuild his reputation with the Tigers. In the middle of September last year, the Tigers sent him home, told him to go back home to Venezuela, and the reason was due to a lack of effort. Wow. One ball and one strike. It was the 2013 season. He went into spring training as the Tigers closer, no major league experience. Ended up being sent to the minor leagues at the end of camp. And then that April made his big league debut against the Royals, and the Royals hit him with a blown save. Fastball at 99. One ball and two strikes. Two and two on Dyson. Now the odds are pretty slim that you're going to score a run when there are 2 outs and nobody on. But with Dyson at the plate, if he gets on, he's got a much better chance of stealing second base against Rondon than he did Wilson. Still 2 and 2.
Boy, the right fielder, he's over in towards the center field area. Dyson can somehow pull the ball down that right field line. That would be very exciting. Especially if it wraps around that corner down there by the foul pole.
Another 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He remind you of anybody?
Bartolo.
Yeah. And the Royals will see Bartolo Colon. Kinsler out at first base. Ian Kinsler, who wasn't even in the starting lineup today, made 2 very good plays to help Rondon to a 1-2-3 bottom of the 11th.
last of a 4-game series against the Tigers. MLB.TV Premium is the #1 live streaming sports service. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD at home, in the office, or on the go. Get real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch-by-pitch tracking, and more. MLB.TV Premium also includes a free at-bat for premium subscription. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Please visit MLB.com for details.
Peter Moylan is going to stay on for a 3rd inning. Why not? He's only thrown 22 pitches to get through the 10th and the 11th.
He's been getting them to swing early in the count. Some early count outs.
Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, and Nick Castellanos, the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Cabrera is 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. And the only walks given up by Royals pitching today. That fastball tails inside, 2-0. At the end of the game, when you say an offense has 2 runs, 9 hits, that's not much. Well, today, that's what the 2 teams have combined to do. 2 runs, 9 hits, and that's through 11 innings.
Yeah, amazing. Jordan Zimmerman, he was on a mission today. He wanted to go as deep in the game as he could for his manager, Osmus. Nice slider.
There have only been 3 extra base hits today. A home run by Moya and doubles on the Royals side by Escobar and Orlando. Nice big hop for Alcides Escobar. 1 down in the 12th.
Moylan using that sinker. It's working well for him today. He looks crisp and sharp.
And now you can say he looked crisp and sharp. Because Ned Yost is out to get Chin-Ming Wong.
One heck of a job. Hopefully Wong can get his sinker down just like Moylan had his working today. Outstanding work.
Innings at least, and a 1-1 tie in a pitching dominated game. It's been an offense dominated series. Ned Yost wanted Peter Moylan to stay in and face Miguel Cabrera, and now he turns to Chin-Ming Wong with 1 out and nobody on.
22nd game, Chin-Ming Wong. Sinker, slider, some occasional changeups.
The home run Victor Martinez has hit against Chien-Ming Wang was on Thursday. He gave up Victor Martinez's third home run of that game and then retired the next 3 hitters. And Martinez, against a sinker ball pitcher, got a fastball up and didn't get it. Martinez homered twice against Danny Duffy, and then Wang. Victor Martinez is 0 for 4 so far today. He's one of the rare switch hitters that is pretty similar from both sides of the plate.
That's right. And you know, the other one off the top of my head, of course he's a lot younger, is Lindor. Lindor, he's identical from both sides of the plate. Some guys have different stances. Morales is different.
And his numbers are very good from both sides of the plate. I had that conversation with Dale Swaim. Now, Dale Swaim was a switch hitter, so he could really relate to the challenges that Kendrys Morales has had trying to maintain 2 swings. And it really is, for most switch hitters, 2 different swings, sometimes 2 different approaches. Two balls, 2 strikes. Eddie Murray was someone that Dale brought up as someone who was almost identical from both sides of the plate. Nick Swisher was someone who was very similar from both sides of the plate. And the count goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Now here's where I say you don't give in to Victor Martinez. Because if he walks, it's going to take 2, maybe 3 hits to get him to the plate. Right? Center field, Dyson on the move. He's got it on the track. Well, you got a pitch to hit. I don't know if that was the plan or not. But that was dangerously close to the Tigers having the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, you know, Victor was going to be swinging no matter what. He didn't want the walk. He wants to hit it. And I'll tell you, he almost got it. Dyson, trustworthy legs, was able to get a good jump on that. Catch it before it got to the wall.
And now Castellanos with 2 down, nobody on. Where was that pitch supposed to be? Okay, the target is down and away, and that was up, out over the plate.
Very, very lucky there.
Castellanos is down 0-2. Bullpens have been strong on both sides. Tigers have 1 hit since the 5th inning. The Royals have 1 hit since the 5th inning. Didn't mean to do it. Merrifield out. To the bottom of the 12th. Merrifield will lead off, followed by Escobar and Hosmer. very long. And Stephen Moya homering against Chris Young, leading off the third inning, his first major league home run. In the fifth, Kendrys Morales single. Paulo Orlando double, just missed hitting a 2-run home run. And Brett Eibner grounded out to short. That scored Morales, and that's it. 1-1 to the bottom of the 12th, top of the order, and Bruce Rondon stays on for Detroit. He got the Royals in order in the 11th. Hard slider for a strike to Merrifield. Witt is 1 for 4. He has hit safely in all 14 home starts. The pitch may have been outside. No balls and 2 strikes. Merrifield, Escobar, and Hosmer. And if anybody gets on, we're going to have a matchup of former Little League teammates in Valencia, Venezuela. Rondon and Salvador Perez.
Wow, that'd be interesting
if Rondon is still in. Foul back. Witt had a pretty good swing on an 0-2 pitch, and his base hit in the 4th inning was on an 0-2 pitch. One away. Second strikeout for Rondon. Alcides Escobar, like Paulo Orlando, came very close to hitting a home run today. Esky in the first inning doubled off the wall in left field. Kinsler wants it. 2 down. Tigers have a lefty in the bullpen, Blaine Hardy. But Brad Ausmus is going to stay with Rondon, it appears. And Hardy gave up 5 runs a couple of nights ago in 1 inning. So Hosmer 1 for 3, and that 1 hit was a home run.
Well, he's looking for that high fastball, that's for sure. Rondon looks like he's got excellent command with both pitches today. Slider's been down.
.100.
That's some heat. Already hot afternoon here at the K.
Off speed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That looked like
Take that back. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, that looked like a changeup to me. It had that downward action, and he does have a changeup. Doesn't throw it all that often.
Two and one. Hosmer's batting average against right-hand pitchers coming into the game was 4th best in the major leagues. And his batting average against lefties has really spiked since the end of May.
He's getting his fastballs, and Rondon and McCann, they know he's looking up there. So when you have that type of velocity on your pitch, it's easy to get it by him when it's up above the belt.
Going to try and put him away with a slider. And he does. And we move to the 13th inning in a 1-1 tie. series. The Tigers took game 1 on Thursday 10-4. The Royals took game 2 10-3, and then won last night 16-5. It's been a bizarre series in that for the first half of the first 3 games, and really this game too, have been competitive and then just turned into blowouts in the later innings with bullpen breakdowns on both sides, but not today.
And dads are going, man, I know that your mom's got the steak ready, had some ribs going. Want to see a Royals victory before they head home.
First full inning for Chien-Ming Wang. He got the final 2 outs of the 12th in relief of Peter Moylan. The Tigers have 1 hit since the 5th inning, and they have just 2 hits since the 3rd inning. It'll be Justin Upton, Stephen Moya, and James McCann. The Royals have used Chris Young, Joaquin Soria, Kelvin Herrera, Wade Davis, Peter Moylan, and Chien-Ming Wang. There's a base hit into left field for Upton.
Got him a sinker, got out in front of him, found the hole.
And now Stephen Moya had a day he'll never forget. He has 3 hits, and the home run in the 3rd inning was his first major league home run. That's the Tigers' only run. Below the strike zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Upton will run. He has 3 stolen bases this year. And there's a ground ball to Cuthbert. He'll go to second. Out there. No double play. At least for now, the Royals want to take another look.
Well, good communication there by the middle infielders. Escobar was the shortstop, but they're playing him to pull, and Cuthbert, they knew right away before the ball was even hit where they were going to throw it. Ooh, that's close. Sure was.
The Royals will not challenge.
Good hustle by the young man to beat that out. Oh, yeah. It's a tough play by Cuthbert, too. Just, you know, all of a sudden, I mean, obviously we take it for granted. These guys, anything hit at them, they're going to make. There's a high degree of difficulty in that backhand.
Strike to McCann. One ball and 1 strike. Moya does not have a major league stolen base. Played in 11 games with the Tigers 2 years ago, 9 games last year, and just called up for this series. But he has stolen as many as 16 in a minor league season. Two and one.
Boy, I tell you, it's nice that umpire helped with that one. That would have went back to the backstop.
Moya runs, and the pitch is lined to right field. Paulo Orlando is there. Moya didn't see it. Inning over, double play. Moya put his head down and never read the ball in right field.
There's the momentum. One in the fourth and final game here of this series. Interesting on this little hit and run. When you're the runner on hit and run, and a guy hits a line shot like that, just keep going. That's what they tell you to do. Just keep going. If the guy drops the ball, then you got a chance to score. And Moya, Merrifield trying to deke him. He's trying to trick him into thinking the ball's hit on the ground, but Moya saw it. But as he went back to first, he never touched the bag going back. Likely would have been called out had they appealed. So there's a little momentum, takes you into the Royals dugout here, and Salvador Perez is going to step up against another new pitcher, Kyle Ryan.
Just called up. Kyle Ryan will get Salvador Perez, Kendrys Morales, and Paulo Orlando. I said Blaine Hardy last inning. Hardy was part of the roster move that got Kyle Ryan to the big leagues.
It's not overpowering. Opponent's average 307. That's good for this situation. And you got a guy up in Salvador Perez who knows what to do with any mistakes out over the plate. 88 to 93 with his fastball. He likes to cut the fastball in on righties. A big curve and a change.
Line right field, base hit.
Salvador Perez, it doesn't matter how far outside the ball is most of the time, but if it's way off the plate, he's going to reach it. Look at that. That ball's a foot outside. Great extension. When he get it started. Now you wondered when Ned Yost was going to pull the Lorenzo Cain card, as Lorenzo's had the whole afternoon off. You wondered if he was going to use him as a pinch hitter or a runner, and here it is. He's a pinch runner. Royals going for it all. Cain has 6 steals on the year. He's been caught 4 times.
And now the Royals get Kendrys Morales from his better side of the plate.
It's almost like Salvador knew that he wasn't going to try anything coming in on him. As Kyle Ryan, he's been witnessing what the Royal Sluggers have been doing recently.
Now with Morales from this side of the plate, you try and steal off Ryan, or is Lorenzo Cain out there just in case Morales hits a gap?
Well, I think a little bit of both here. Now, by the looks of Lorenzo Cain, he's trying to get a maximum lead. It's like he might be wanting to steal. There's a little step-off move from Ryan.
Morales has good numbers against Kyle Ryan. It's 4 out of 6. Not running, and Morales takes outside, ball 1.
He's going to be staying outside if he can. And Morales doesn't have to end it necessarily with one big swing of the bat. He can take the Salvi approach. Salvi wasn't trying to swing for the fences. He's just trying to load it up, get some guys on base.
Outside again, 2-0.
And just the fact that Lorenzo Cain is a stolen base threat should be enough to get in the mind of Ryan. And maybe he'll leave a mistake out over the plate trying to get it home quickly to Kendrys Morales.
And now 3 balls and no strikes.
That's right. I mean, there's no need to swing at a pitch off the plate, and that's what Ryan's counting on. But Morales, in this little groove he's in, has been getting his walks.
It was 5 weeks ago today that Kendrys Morales hit a walk-off home run in extra innings against the Braves. That was a home run swing on a 3-0 pitch, 3-1.
He threw him a good sinker. Or it was a cutter. That probably was a cutter.
That was a home run for Morales from the left side of the plate. Jason Grilli was the Braves pitcher. And the throw gets away. The immediate scoring is an error on the pitcher Ryan, but it looked like that throw just sailed right past Miguel Cabrera.
It did. I don't know how. I think he didn't see it or what. Let's see it again. Yeah, he just whipped it.
Yeah, that's not a bad throw.
No, strike to him.
No change on the scoring. Is still error 1, and now they'll walk Morales and take their chances with Paulo Orlando. So an intentional walk, and it's the only walk given up by a Tiger pitcher. And the first walk comes in the 13th inning. And now Brad Ausmus is out to talk strategy with Paulo Orlando at the plate.
Well, again, there's another situation here, and it's a little bit different than the last time. So there'll be runners at first and second base. With nobody out, Paulo Orlando, he handles the bat well. He's a bunter. If they elect to go that route to give up an out to move the 2 runners over, we'll have to wait and see what they do. Guy that doesn't throw as hard as some of these other guys that were in there in bunting situations, are a little bit easier to get the bunt down. Two career sacrifice bunts Paulo Orlando has. Now Iglesias, he's sitting right in Lorenzo Cain's hip pocket. Now he's moving off. You're going to bunt, make the third baseman vacate third.
And he gets it down. Feliciano's bare hand, close, and out.
Nice execution.
That's a
blood in the water. Perfect technique. See the ball down before you take off running, and made this play close. And Castellano, you know, that's a tough play to come in there like that. Emergency barehanded, but he came through with a good play and was able to get followed just by half a step.
And now let's see what they do with Eibner. They're going to walk Eibner and put all the pressure on Cuthbert.
However, if Cuthbert's thinking right, the pressure's on Ryan.
This would have been Eibner's second opportunity for a walk-off in 8 major league games. But they have an open base, and with just one out, it allows them the opportunity for a force at home.
You know what Major League Baseball